Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi. You might have heard the last minute and a half, or you might not have. Tyler may have edited it all out.
Who knows?
I don't know, because I don't listen to them anymore after Tyler edits, because I put all of my faith in him.
Oh, that's so scary.
I hope he doesn't do me wrong.
Every day I try to do you wrong.
I can tell.
I'm like the fox off of Dora the Explorer.
Swiper?
Yep. Swiper, no swiping. But I do swipe.
I know you do. You swipe quite a bit. Swipe right
Yeah.
on everyone, because you're a whore.
Yes. Actually, I think I might delete it here pretty soon.
Delete what?
Tinder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
Why is that?
I don't know. Well, actually, I do know.
You don't like being a whore?
You're right. You caught me red-handed.
Yeah, I did.
How was your week, Mason?
It was not too bad. It was a
Good.
little busy, and then I finished everything on Wednesday because I have a tendency to do that.
Right?
It works really well. So I just have one thing left to do the rest of the week, and then I'm home free for the weekend.
Well, you know what they say.
No?
Pressure makes diamonds. And you procrastinate, you put yourself under mo pressure.
Mo pressure.
Mo pressure.
Mo pressure, mo diamonds.
Uh-huh.
Why do we have this podcast?
I-
Who put these microphones in front of us?
Oh, actually, I think that you did a lot of the legwork to get the microphones in front of us.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I did it.
Who allowed you to do that? I don't know, and they should be in jail, actually.
That's a little rough. That's too much.
So, besides that, how's your week been?
Oh, no.
Mason D. Arnold
Pretty
introducing you.
busy. What about yours, Tyler Bears? I'm introducing you to.
Oh, wow.
Shameless plug.
Thanks. You know, I'm trying to think about how this week has been.
I know, I try to think of the same thing.
Monday was pretty good. It was my long day.
Good,
And
mine too.
last night, Wednesday, yesterday, I had a speech to give. And I got in my slacks and my nice pink shirt, rolled up the sleeves, unbuttoned the collar, looked pretty hot.
Mmm.
Well,
Tasty.
yeah, I was told I looked super gay. So,
Isn't that the point?
well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I thought I looked nice, but
I thought
whatever.
you looked nice too.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Did you even see me yesterday?
Yeah, I saw you on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess we can
Oh,
count that.
I thought, why does he look like cotton candy?
Cotton candy. That's what you think every time you see pink?
Yeah, cotton candy.
Okay. Well,
What do you think of every time you see pink?
flamingos.
Ah, you know there's more plastic flamingos in the world than real flamingos?
That makes me sad.
It's true.
And soon there'll be more human sex robots than there are actual humans, which is kind of fun.
I like it.
There are more guns in America than people.
Well, yeah, I figured that much.
Oh, well.
I mean, I haven't ever heard that before, but it makes sense to me.
It kind of
Considering most households south of here have at least 6.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, like there are a lot of households that have a lot of guns, but like I don't know, whenever you think of like I don't know, more urban places, I don't usually think of each person owning a gun.
No,
But
I don't think so either.
I don't know. There are also more cows in Wyoming and in Montana than people.
I
So-
love that fact.
Yeah.
That makes me really happy inside.
Yeah. There are more worms in the world than people,
Well, yes.
and there are more dead people than live humans. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering humans have been around for lots of thousands of years.
you're right. Lots of thousands of years. That's a very precise measurement.
It's a very historically accurate count of how many people have lived
Yeah.
and died.
Anyway, I was wearing a pink shirt. I looked nice. Well, that is because I had a speech to give, okay? So, I did okay on the speech. I wish I would have practiced it more, honestly. But,
You suck.
thank you. I do suck, don't I?
You do.
So, the speech went okay, but I got home, and I just got so tired again, and I fell asleep in my clothes, and I woke up this morning at like 7 o'clock.
In your slacks?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. and my slacks and my undershirt because I actually took off my overshirt. So
You took off your cotton candy shirt.
yeah, my cotton candy shirt. It's actually just made of cotton candy. If I start sweating too much, huge holes right in the pits.
Nice, love it.
Yeah. So
Where's that invention when you need it?
other than that, it's actually pretty durable. So
Just like your week?
the opposite, actually. If
Oh,
you knew
oh.
what durable meant, then you would know.
I know what durable means.
Obviously not.
Your week was strong, tough, not able to be broken.
Okay, so. Oh, wait. I thought you meant weak as in, like, physically weak.
No.
You meant as in my measurement of time week.
Your 7-day week, yeah.
Wow. I guess I'm the idiot here.
Yeah, you don't know what week means.
And I apologize.
I
Yeah.
guess it's okay.
You're right. It was surprisingly durable,
Good.
tough, like my week.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I told you.
Yep.
You called me an idiot. A dumb idiot.
And I am sorry for that. I apologize.
You should be. Apology accepted,
Good.
for the most part.
I don't
We'll see.
apologize
We'll see
anymore.
how the rest of this recording goes. See if I
Speaking-
accept it all the way or not.
Speaking of recording, what are we recording exactly?
Our voices. Right? Is that the wrong answer? Right, the wrong answer?
The
Like-
wrong answer. Close.
Close?
Close. The wrong turn, I believe,
Ooh,
is what's
yeah.
actually being recorded right
I
now.
think so, yeah.
I don't know how we got here. I don't know who placed us here,
I don't either.
but I'm thankful for it. And I've been really looking forward to recording this week. So
I look
that's-
forward to recording every week.
Well, that's been coming a bit more of a common occurrence. By the way, something really exciting that I did last episode that I shared with you, that the audience will be able to see in this week's episode, or
What's that?
last week's episode, is that I put an ending, an outro on it, so that was kind of fun.
Outro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or an outro music, I should say.
Right, yes. Yeah.
So it's not just like suddenly ending on turn. So.
Hopefully they don't end up being 8 hours long.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think it's Podbean's fault.
I mean, I don't want to take fault for it. I don't want to blame you for it. So yeah, sure, Podbean is the correct.
If anybody gets the
answer.
blame, it's you.
Why?
I don't-
Why would it be me?
I don't know.
I have nothing to do with it being 8 hours long. If we had recorded for 8 hours, then maybe I would accept the blame. But not
Recording
like
for
this.
8 hours, that would be rough.
Yeah,
That'd be like 4 full-length stories. At least.
we would have to be trying to like break a record for the longest episode of a.
We should try that
We should.
eventually.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Ooh, maybe do it on like a live stream.
I bet the longest recording's like 6 days long.
Maybe. But 6 days. I don't know.
I don't know how long batteries last.
Oh yeah, you would have to have like a constant
Uh-oh, I just scratched my watch.
reminder. Oh, good job.
Anyway.
Fantastic job.
Now that we've wasted about 10 minutes, what's your topic this week, Tyler, since
Uh,
you are going first, as we clarified? Oh, also, before we start, we're on Google Play now because I put us on Google Play.
Good job, Mason.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the time you hear this, we will be on Spotify as well. It's been like 3 weeks.
We're still under review. How come?
No, we check it every day. I think I read somewhere that Podbean waits to accumulate weeks worth of things to submit to Spotify, and they push it off all at once.
Oh.
Like a month's
okay.
worth of things. I don't know. We'll find out within the next few weeks,
All right, well, that's
hopefully.
pretty cool. Do you know when we might be getting on iTunes?
whenever I decide to put us on iTunes,
Sounds good.
which will probably be soon because I've had a few people ask me about it. So it'll probably be this week or next. Hopefully by the end of April, we'll be on iTunes as well.
And then we'll be on SoundCloud. And then all those recordings that I show you whenever I'm editing, I'll become a SoundCloud rapper.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
So that'll be pretty neat.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Let's please do that. Just for you.
Just for me. And I will be rolling in bank
Except you're going to pay me back with all that bank you make.
for a while. Yes, because I am in pretty steep tier debt.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that's kind of fun.
I bet you cry about that at night.
I do. I vomit. I honestly, at least once a week, I will throw up in the front yard.
in the front yard.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. Like
That's dramatic.
Yeah, I'll wake up and I'll vomit in the yard so I don't wake up anyone else.
Yeah, that's very
just
dramatic.
Thinking about how much debt I am into you.
Yeah, okay. Works
Yeah.
for me. As long as you
Alright.
feel some sort of emotion.
Just letting you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate your concern.
Yeah. So, that's...
But vomit doesn't pay me back. So you're going to have to figure out a different
yeah,
way to
I
do
know, okay? Gosh, I'm trying my best. Jeez.
that. You're doing something.
Yeah, well, I hope that you like the something that I'm doing.
What are you doing this week, speaking of some things that you're doing?
Oh, wow, good
Segue?
little-
I like the segue.
Segue. I wish I had a segue. Anyway.
I know. Me too.
I am doing Zombie Road.
Zombie Road.
Yeah, that's located in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. Is there
Yeah.
actual zombies? Are
Uh,
there actual zombies?
Man, I sure hope so.
Oh, so you don't know.
Well, I mean...
Story concluded. No zombies. Time to turn it off.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. You know what? Actually, to answer your question, how about we read and find out?
Okay, how about you read it to me and we find out?
Oh, I thought we could just read it in silence and then...
Like when the teacher says, read these on your own and then we'll come back and discuss. Is that what you're trying to make me do?
Yeah.
I thought I left that behind when I
Well,
graduated.
See, no. What happens is that we read, okay,
Okay,
and then we just record the silence,
right.
and then we let people listen to that.
Hate that idea.
See, they can just listen to our breathing, and then that'll calm them down as
No.
they listen to our harsh, panicked breaths.
I don't like it. Read it to me.
Okay, fine. I tried, everyone, but
You tried
Mason-
everyone because you're a whore?
I said I try. This is why you only have two friends.
Oh, that was really good, me. High five.
Wow, you think that you're that good?
You cannot tell me that wasn't funny.
You think you're that funny?
You can't tell me you didn't think that was funny.
I think you're a little conceited. If you ask
It's
me.
because it's true. That was hilarious.
I am not a whore. You are such a whore. I cannot believe you.
You do this on my daughter on the day of my daughter's wedding. I can't do an Italian accent.
Oh, anyway. Zombie Road, located in St. Louis, Missouri, was originally created to get from... Okay, I'm gonna totally mispronounce this, okay?
Love it.
Merrimack River and miscellaneous railroad, from the Merrimack River and miscellaneous railroad tracks on the outskirts of the city. It was originally,
How is it spelled? Merrimack? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It Merrimack?
oh, well, it could be Merrimack, but okay, it's spelled Meramec.
I don't know. Come move on.
Okay, it was originally christened as is that a word?
Yes.
Okay, I've never used that word in my life.
Christened. I have.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
You get excited about the smallest things.
Wow. That's because
Wow.
every day on this podcast, every time we record on this podcast, I learn how to say words
Yeah,
and I learn new words.
you do.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Nearly every day. I like it.
Yeah. You learn something new every day.
You
And
do.
I know half of the English language, and it's the only one that I really know.
Perfect.
I know a phrase in Spanish.
What is it?
Todos los días, mi amigo.
What does that mean?
All of the days, or every day. But the literal translation is
friend.
all of the days.
Friends.
Yes, my
Mi
friend.
amigos. You said my friends there. So
I said mi amigo.
I thought you said mi amigos. You did.
Did not.
You're gonna go back and listen to it. You're gonna hear mi amigos.
Anyway.
I like it.
It was christened. It was christened as Lawler Ford Road in the 1860s when it was just gravel and dirt. Later being paved in the 1950s. So it got
Whole
an
90
upgrade.
years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's like glacier like speed. And I'm not going to be surprised whenever the same thing happens in those potholed roads where I lived at one point in time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
but
let
it
me
sounds like
explain.
you're frustrated.
So, I used to live 6 miles west of Elmo.
Yes. Tickle me.
I need to go.
Tickle me, Elmo.
No one's going to listen to that. Everyone's going to turn off the podcast as soon as they get to that.
Not my parents.
I hated that.
Tickle me, Elmo.
Yeah. Anyway,
Saint Elmo's fire. Saint Tickle me fire.
the fire tickles my skin as it burns me alive. Anyway,
How do we do this?
I don't know.
I'm so
Anyway,
sorry.
I used to live 6 miles west of Elmo, Missouri. And I think I've mentioned this on the first episode of the podcast. In fact,
Probably. You mentioned a lot of things.
I do mention a lot of things. So
It's like episode 11, I think.
this is episode 10.
No.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
I am absolutely sure.
Okay, you're right.
I am right. Thank you.
I had to think about what I put on the top of my Word document.
So, I have to think about it every time I get done editing because it asks me like, what track title or what track number is this? So
It's the last time we can do this. Last time we can use all of our phalanges to count them out.
you did say before you said phalanges, I was thinking phalanges. Wow.
Wow.
You know, I feel like we don't spend enough time together, but times like this, it makes me think, wow, we spend way too much time together.
I know, it's kind of a paradox.
Yeah. My story, what I was going to say. Living 6 miles west of Elmo, Elmo's roads alone do not get very much attention. In fact, they should all just be considered grade B roads because none of them are good.
Love it.
Well, whenever you get outside of the Elmo district, I guess is what you could call it, those roads get especially bad. And unless you're going like 15 miles down the road, you're going to need a frontal realignment because there's so many deep potholes down that road. I don't know. It's just wild. And I used to live on a gravel road that, oh my word. Like,
I live on a gravel road.
wow. And maybe someday your road will also be paved.
Maybe.
Isn't that kind of fun?
My road's dangerous, though.
It's a danger boy road.
No, it's had a lot of accidents on it.
Nice.
Not
And-
nice. A
and
kid
it's
died on it.
Named after you.
No, not that road.
Oh, you mean the one that's around the curve?
What?
The one that like cuts off from the curve, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one is dangerous, and
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
pretty
like
bad.
how it's.
It's not a good road.
Sometimes humans aren't all that smart in their decision
No,
making.
yeah, no, that's not a good road.
You're right. It's not a good road.
It's not.
It was the incorrect. It was the wrong turn.
The wrong turn.
You were
Love it.
correct.
I know I am.
Anyway, its history goes far back to when Native Americans used the nature-made trail along the bluffs along the
Merrimack.
Merrimack. Okay.
Okay.
It was in the early 1800s that 1800s. I cannot
What
get
is
it
wrong with
together
you?
today.
How much research is there? How many words do you have there?
Actually, okay, there's a surprisingly low amount of words.
That's good because you can't talk.
I know. It's
What's the word count?
553.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's surprisingly low.
But I would say that for how slow things are going right now, that'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. I have 1,700 words, I think.
Wow. All
Mhm.
right. So your surplus of words makes up for my lack of words.
Yeah, I guess so. If you want to look at it like that.
It was in the early 1800s that the trail saw more use after I just about said, furry.
What is it, a furry trading post?
No. It was actually after a ferry began operation at the bottom of the passage and eventually became known as the Lawler Ford Road. Now, after the ferry and the nearby railways were abandoned, the road is used as a hiking spot and a lover's lane.
Ooh. Bow chicka wow wow.
You know, whenever I think of Lover's Lane, I always think of the guy at the hook.
Ah, that's a good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it
Every time I think of Lover's Lane, I think of the road that my great grandparents lived on in
was
St. Joe.
was it actually called Lover's Lane?
Yeah, it was called Lover's Lane.
Oh, that's fun.
It's in St. Joe.
Yeah, you said that already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Lover's Lane.
Is it in St. Joe?
Yeah.
No way.
How'd you know?
Was the guy with the hook? Wasn't his name like the Candyman? Or am I thinking of the
The
movie?
movie is Candyman, yeah, but they didn't call him the Candyman in the killings. He was just the Lover's Lane killer, I think.
Okay, so did
No, that he never existed. I don't think. I think it was an urban legend.
was it just an urban legend?
I think so.
Oh.
I think there was murders, but I don't think it was the hook. I
Okay.
think Lover's Lane murders were made up to make teenagers not want to go out in the dark by themselves so they wouldn't get murdered, but I don't know. I watched a show about it, but I couldn't tell you now what it was.
Well, and I mean, I've seen a few shows about it, and I thought that it was kind of famous for like having like different iterations.
Yeah, yeah.
So that makes me think that it's false.
I think there were murders like it, but I don't know as if it was a hook, and I don't really know much else about it. But
Maybe Lover's Lane is kind of like the story of Rex McElroy,
maybe
because you know there's a lot of
a lot of different
iterations,
stuff going on there.
right?
I like
right
it.
on. So, I don't know. Who knows? Though, if that actually happened to me in real life, I would never date anyone again.
What if you went up to Lover's Lane?
Yeah, and like I almost got snatched up by a hook man. Yeah, that'd be really scary.
It would be. I agree.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
I don't think he'd let you live though.
Whenever I first heard that story, I hated being in the dark.
I still hate being in the dark. Just kidding. I sleep in the dark.
Oh, I have a nightlight. So, whatever.
Is that so you can see all your lovers' faces, you whore?
Oh my gosh. The reason for the nickname of zombie.
Hello, you, Diesel.
You're right.
Oh, the golf cart.
Do you think that golf cart runs on diesel?
Maybe. Oh, wouldn't that be something fun?
That'd be wild. The reason for the nickname of Zombie Road has been forgotten to time,
Uh-oh.
but there are many for it.
Of course there are.
So, some say that this is called Zombie Road because the railroad workers who once started there rise from their graves at times to roam about.
Like, to work? Or,
Well,
I don't understand that.
I mean, I don't
Did
know.
they look like zombies when they worked? Were they sluggish? Is that what the analogy is? Or are they saying that the railroad's haunted by the workers?
I don't know. I think it goes more back to like the stereotypes of like zombies rising out of their graves.
Yes, I
Because-
understand that, but are they calling the railway workers zombies, like they are dead and are rising up, or are they calling them zombies in the fact that they look like zombies because they're sluggish and slow while they work?
I think it's more like because they're rising up, and it
Because
says,
they're ghosts.
yeah. And now while it says to
Okay,
roam
that
about,
clears things up.
ghosts usually like to
Roam about.
yes, but do what they did before they died.
Yes, I
Right.
agree.
So if they were used to working, they probably would work actually.
Oh God,
Wouldn't that be scary?
I think that's the scariest part.
Oh, that'd be wild. Anyway. Some insist that they have heard old-time music seen... Oh, hold on, I'm going to...
How old?
It doesn't say, but I'm guessing that if it was like the railway workers that were from the 1860s, pretty damn old.
Wow.
So,
Okay, I like it.
yeah.
Old time music.
Old-timey music. Have you ever... Did I do that again?
Yeah.
I don't even notice it.
I know.
I'll take all of them out whenever I edit.
Okay.
But sometimes it makes it seem more what's the word I'm looking for?
Ridiculous.
No.
Ethically insane.
What? No, I'm thinking of a
Are we playing charades now?
no, it starts with an E.
That really narrows it down
Yeah, it does.
because E is the most commonly used letter.
No, but not the most commonly used letter that starts with words? The words that start with E.
I don't know.
Ew.
You like that?
Yeah, I did.
Remind you
Yeah.
of. Have you ever seen Ouija 2?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
Nuh-uh.
In Ouija 2, one of the demons bends the girl backwards, and her mouth is open because she was screaming. That's where my hand and mouth thing comes from, Ouija 2, where the demon. It's in a mirror, so she's looking in a mirror, and then she was bent backwards as she's screaming, and the demon puts his hand in her mouth and possesses her.
Huh.
That movie was terrifying.
I maybe need to watch that.
You do. It was awful.
Have you ever seen It Follows?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I liked it.
I am not sure what I think of it because the guy in it that was like the main love interest that we all knew was gonna eventually get with her at the end.
Yeah.
He really annoyed me because he put so much loyalty in this girl that just kept throwing away his trust.
Yeah.
And then he got himself the worst STD of all time.
Yeah. You know what that movie's about?
The human experience towards mammoths. I don't know what.
Mammoths?
Yeah.
That's a major shot in the dark, and you missed.
No, it's not. And I will explain to you after you tell me what the movie's about.
Why mammoths? Okay, whatever. The movie is about the fear that you get after you watch a horror movie. You ever watch a horror movie and then you feel paranoid that something's going to get you?
Yes.
That's
okay.
what the movie's about.
Prime example of this, 13 Ghosts. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I've seen 13 Cameras, not 13 Ghosts.
Haven't seen that movie. But
It's bad. Don't watch it.
okay, got it. 13 Ghosts is about 13 ghosts actually.
No, really?
Yeah, they're all stuck in this glass house.
Weird. That's a strange plot for a movie.
It's pretty good. The movie is okay. I mean, I don't know. Watch it for yourself. But
Is it on Netflix?
I don't think so.
Where'd you watch it at?
DVD.
Oh, okay.
So there's this one ghost in particular though that was all cut up, and she was in the bathroom, and she is really creepy looking. All the ghosts are, but she always scared me because she just had this really long knife that she would like murder people with.
Like it.
And you couldn't see the ghost unless you had on these special glasses.
Okay.
So
like
it
3D
always,
glasses.
Yeah, so it always made me paranoid that she was watching me in the bathroom and that she was always about to murder me, but I couldn't see her do it. So, like, it was the perfect fear thing.
That's
I don't
not
know.
quite where I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were scared of her because you were scared to put on your glasses that you would see her.
That too. That too.
That
did
was my
not-
thinking.
Not run through my mind. So, yeah.
What made me scared as a child is I listened to the song Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell.
I'm going to have to listen to that now.
And you watch the music video, and the music video scared me for whatever reason. I was like 7. It's an 80s one-hit wonder song. Michael Jackson sings the chorus. You probably have heard it or have heard something like it.
Where it's like, somebody's watching me. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
No.
No, okay, never mind. Then I don't know. I'm going to have to re-listen to it then.
Tyler might insert the chorus right here into the recording.
Do I need to do that right now?
Did you hear it? Do you like it? Did you insert it?
No.
When you go back to edit, are you going to put it in there?
No. Because
Oh.
if I do that, then wouldn't that be like copyright infringement?
Probably.
So I'm not going to do that.
No. Okay, then don't.
Okay. So my human and mammoth story. And so back in the day when mammoths were around, humans would follow the mammoth. See, and the mammoths would always try to outrun the humans, but the humans would always follow, getting closer and closer and closer and closer.
Creepy.
So the mammoth would just always be followed. And there was nothing that they could do to actually get away from the humans.
That's terrifying.
Right? So like just think of this unstoppable force always coming towards you. I hate
Like
that
the
feeling.
light? Sunlight?
More like the ghost from It Follows.
Ah.
Or the demon, whatever you refer to.
It's
that.
paranoia.
I guess paranoia, sure. But, well,
You know mammoths were around at the same time the pyramids were built?
Wow, isn't that wild to
It
think
is
about?
crazy.
They also found a few years ago. They found a full frozen mammoth in Russia.
Love it. We
Like-
are really off topic.
We are,
I don't know how we got here,
but you like it, right?
but we've got to turn around.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're just. I see what I'm doing right now. I'm taking the steering wheel and I'm flipping it over.
Perfect. Love it.
Okay.
You behave. I'm going to turn this car around.
So, where I was, some insist that they may have heard old time music, seen anomalous moving lights, or other ghostly sightings from the forgotten area. Another tale tells of a patient nicknamed Zombie who escaped
wow.
from. Yeah.
All right.
He escaped from a nearby mental facility, never to be seen again. His blood soaked gown was later found lying upon the old road later named after him.
Oh, so that's why it's called Zombie Road.
Right.
He was never found.
I guess not. And I don't know why he was named Zombie. Maybe it's because he had a sluggish movement.
Maybe. Maybe.
I would not be surprised. So, there are a multiple. There are a multitude.
There are a multitude. Okay.
People, I am struggling and I am sorry.
Luckily, you don't have much research this week, so you don't have to. We don't have to struggle through hearing you struggle.
I deeply apologize. There are a multitude of deaths, both urban legends and truths,
True. Okay.
that supposedly happen on the road, the bluffs, or the nearby train tracks. A pioneer who lost his wife in a poker game.
Lost his wife in a poker game.
Yeah. And
Like,
yeah.
is that exactly how it sounds?
Yeah, yeah. And in parentheses, Ken put WTF exclamation mark. So that's fun.
Lost his wife in a poker. Oh man, that makes me laugh. Times they are a changin'.
When he then he went back to his homestead and took his own life with a firearm.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, yeah. So that
Sorry, guy, for laughing at you.
yeah, that went from kind of weird to well, all right, that happened.
Yeah, now I feel bad.
A mother and her 5-year-old child were crossing a bridge when an oncoming train met them. The mother's last action was pushing her 5-year-old off the bridge. The engineer was able to stop the train and save the child, though the mother passed away. Aw.
So,
Like, I mean, it was kind of dumb that they were walking on a bridge that a train could come by any moment.
what
But
what movie is that? The Aristocats. Is that kind of like it, where they're walking on the train bridge, and the train comes and they have no way off? Is that kind of what that is, or
you know, I've never seen that movie. But what I have seen is
you haven't seen the
Stand By-
Aristocats? Aristocats is the best Disney movie, in my opinion. Fight me, everyone.
Is it actually about cats that are aristocrats?
Yes. Well, sort of. The cats it's like 101 Dalmatians, but with cats, and it's better than 101 Dalmatians. Fight me, everyone. It's my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Huh.
The Aristocats.
Yep, I've never seen it. So, with that being said,
So it is like Stand By Me?
I was thinking about Stand By Me whenever they're all like, train!
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that kind of like that? Is that what it's talking about? Because if it's just on a road on the ground, they could have just stepped off of the tracks.
No, because they were on a bridge.
Okay, so they were on the bridge.
Yeah.
So it is like the Aristocats and Stand By Me.
Yes.
Okay. Except the Aristocats actually have a train coming at them. I don't think Stand By Me does.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they were running. And they'll jump into the...
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while.
I remember Stand By Me. Also, they get leeches.
Oh, yes, I do remember
Yeah.
that part.
That's cool. So,
You're
fun
cool.
little factoid. What a sweetheart.
Wow.
Wow.
No.
The one sweet thing that you finally do. During the 1960s, a couple in their late teens were on top of the bluffs overlooking the road below. The boy somehow lost footing and during the fall caught his face in a fork of a small tree growing out from the side of the bluff. His face and scalp remained while the rest of him fell to his death upon the road below.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. What?
I think that might have been the worst thing I've ever just read right there.
I think you're right. That's so. He was on the bluff.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his footing,
Yes, sir.
and he quote caught his face.
In a fork of a small tree growing out from the side of the bluff.
So he had his face and scalp ripped off of his skull, and the rest of him went down onto the road.
Yep, pretty much it. Yep.
Is that real?
Well, I could Google it if you'd like me to.
Is that confirmed to be real?
Yeah, I could do that.
That's ridiculous.
Would you like me to?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, can you pause it? It's unconfirmed as to whether that's true or not. But if it isn't, like you said earlier,
ridiculous.
off
air.
Yeah, off air. It took some major creativity, and who just thinks of that?
I don't know. That's crazy though. That is the wackiest death I think you've ever told me about.
Yeah. And there have also been other deaths similar to that, like people just falling to their deaths.
Wow. Do they get their faces caught in trees?
I hope not.
That's crazy.
That it's kind of fun though, because that tree now has a mask.
Probably not now. And I appreciate you making light of the subject, but damn.
Oh. In the 1970s, a hunter stumbled across a car still running at the end of the road. Closer inspection revealed a hose running from the exhaust pipe to the inside of the car with the driver slumped over on the steering wheel. He committed suicide.
That's sad.
Yeah, and there's also been a lot of other suicides. That road has been known for a lot of suicides.
Mm. Wait, so the hose went from the exhaust inside of the car?
Yeah.
How did it pull that off?
Well, you could probably do it with like duct tape or something, or like.
Well, yes, but how did it get into the car without letting air in?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't that hard, because that's a pretty common way to commit suicide.
Right, but I can't. I can't
maybe
imagine.
he like taped off the rest of it too.
Oh,
something?
maybe.
Or
maybe
like
he did. Yeah, maybe.
even then, I don't know. It would still be pretty easy to have a lack of oxygen just doing it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Okay.
don't know. There's not a lack of stories and truths mixing. So again, maybe the tree doesn't actually have a mask now. That is a possibility for all of you that are still sick about that.
Well, when was it? The 1960s?
Yeah.
Yeah, the face is removed from the tree.
Okay, maybe the tree never had a mask.
Okay,
Maybe
yes.
it's still sad because it doesn't have a mask. Because there's one thing that I know about nature is that all plants and all trees want to have masks for their Halloween party.
Okay. I'll let you have that one.
Thank you. You're very welcome. The Missouri Paranormal Task Force did not know that was a thing. Investigated the area in January 06. The year 06. I should have just said January 2006.
Yeah, you could have said that too, I guess.
During their investigation, they observed several things. Shadow figures following them and climbing the bluffs. Ew. Ugh, okay.
Climbing, like on all fours?
That's how I imagine it.
That would be worse than just straight up walking up the bluff.
Yeah, I mean,
if they were crawling, especially if they were crab walking up.
Ew. Hey, you're
Yeah.
gonna make me throw up right now.
Yeah, with weird smiles on their faces, with their eyes wide open or no eyes at all.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. So yeah, I just imagine them like in the 100, just crawling up there like ants or spiders. Anyway,
Oh, I just got chills.
a
disgusting.
A variety of apparitions include
Aberrations. Love it.
A variety of apparitions, including a particularly remarkable one of a male variety. I misread the sentence, and
Yeah, you butchered it.
Yep. Then I just went with it.
Yep, you butchered it hardcore.
Yeah. So there was a male that was very
Prominent.
very prominent. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. New batteries drained, and usually quickly, so there's a power drainage.
Of course, like there is everywhere with paranormal stuff.
Yep. An investigator was kicked by an unseen force.
Kicked?
Yeah.
Where?
It doesn't say, though I hope his bum.
I was thinking that too.
An investigator tasted blood in her mouth during the Matrix River.
Matrix. This is new Matrix River, and also everyone tastes blood in their mouth. That's not unique.
Actually, it's not the Matrix River. It's the Merrimack.
Miramac.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Miramac. I hope it's pronounced Miramac.
I don't know. I hope it's. I'm just gonna call it Macklemore from now on.
Don't call it Macklemore.
Though unfortunately, that's the last time I'll be able to call it the.
Ah, good.
Yeah. Anyway, despite. Okay, she says that she had no traces of blood in her saliva. So
I taste blood without any traces of blood. Maybe I'm also haunted.
maybe you're just a haunted person. And it's like
Weird.
the ghost
Well,
is like,
you
"Ha
can
ha,
taste-
this will get him."
You taste iron in your mouth and it tastes like blood.
That's true. I wonder how much she drank though. So
Drank what?
how much like water she drank.
Oh, I don't know.
So
It doesn't have to come from water. It can just come from anything.
well, that is true.
If you're taking prescription drugs, it can come from that. If you have a metal bar in your mouth like I do, it comes from that.
I have two.
Yeah.
And I don't really taste a whole lot of blood in my mouth though.
Well, it doesn't. It's not an often occurrence. It just happens.
Wait, you have a metal bar in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I ask about it?
I don't care.
Can I
It's
explain
down
it for
here.
content?
It's behind my bottom teeth.
Nice.
It's like a permanent.
Oh, so
Retainer.
it keeps your stuff straight.
Mhm.
That's kind of nice.
Keeps my shit in order.
Do you like that instead of like having
Actual braces? Yeah, it's much
no?
better.
Well, like instead of like having a retainer.
I don't even know how a bottom retainer would work since it's, my tongue's down here.
Huh. So does it get in the way at all?
No, food gets stuck in it sometimes, but it's not terrible.
That's fun. Can I see it?
Maybe later.
Show it to me.
Maybe later.
Damn it. Oh,
You're
okay.
weird. You can taste it if you want to.
Yike. And the last thing that I have, a Class B EVP was captured of a male voice saying, "You know too much."
You know too much?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's... Wow.
I could imagine like maybe if he was like a gangster back in the day and be like, "Hey, you know too much." Kablam.
Kablam.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then like maybe that somehow translated to the present, or maybe these people did know too much about something. I don't know.
Who knows?
In response to the question, is there a reason you stay here? Oh wait. Oh
The question was, is there a reason you stay here? And the answer was, you know too much.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I misunderstood it
You
because
did.
I chopped it up and
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, that's what I've got.
Zombie Road?
Yeah. So what are you doing?
It's pretty long. I can't tell you yet. I'm going to read you an introductory
Oh,
thing.
good. Okay.
It's got 2 paragraphs.
And okay.
Episode 10 is what the headline is for this one.
Okay. I
You ready?
don't know. Okay. Okay, I get it. Like episode 2. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you thought...
Yeah, I thought like maybe there was like
Thought
a
it was something
TV show
weird.
this was gonna have to do with.
Oh, no. Yeah, episode 10 is what I'm doing. It's the crime
episode 10 of The
10.
Simpsons.
Wow. All was calm and quiet at the Nash residence in South Kimball, Nebraska. In the early morning hours of Wednesday, June 27th, 2007, June Nash woke up to hear some weird noises coming from the first story of her two-story house. Fearing someone had broken in, she rolled over to wake her husband, Abraham, and wow, I messed that up. Rolled over to wake up her husband, Abraham. But he was not in bed. He wasn't there with her.
Oh no. Okay.
Her nerves settled as... Well, she got nervous, of course, and her nerves settled as she thought of her husband making coffee and preparing himself for the workday, as he would do every morning. As well as their child, Jonas, preparing himself and Jonas for the day. Wow, I butchered that first 2 lines. Neither of us can talk today. What is
You're
up?
doing great, sweetie.
Jonas loved breakfast.
Is that what this is? Nearly 2,000 words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know why I wrote this as a run-on sentence, but I did. So that's fun for me. Abraham would prepare Jonas for the day, and Jonas loved breakfast, especially if it was eggs with ketchup.
Okay. Okay, so
Finally got through
is that a very important part of the story?
Uh,
Eggs and ketchup?
No, it mentioned it, so I thought I'd mention it.
Okay. Name of the episode.
Eggs with ketchup?
Yeah.
Or Jonas loved breakfast.
Ooh, both.
Oh, okay. She smiled as she closed her eyes because it was only 3 in the morning and she didn't have to wake up for another 2 hours. She could not get back to sleep, however, due to the persisting noises. Did we mention the big surprise that I have for the end of this episode?
At the top of the episode.
Did we? Or did we talk about it before we started recording?
You know what? I can't remember.
Whatever. I have a big announcement to make when I finish the story. Tyler doesn't know about it. Nobody knows about it. Are you ready for
really
it?
Scared.
You should be.
Oh, okay.
June tossed and turned for a half hour more before becoming annoyed enough to leave her bed. At approximately 3:37, June went to the restroom where she could hear the noise louder.
Wait. She didn't find it a little suspicious that... I mean, I just feel like 3 o'clock in the morning, I get it. Parents wake up early, okay?
Yeah. Right.
But 3 o'clock in the morning seems
I don't know.
a little early.
I mean, she said 2 hours later, so I don't know what their jobs were, but if they're getting up at 5, if she has to get up at 5 for work, then I don't know what her job is.
Who takes 2 hours to get ready?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had to leave earlier or not. That's what it said, so I wrote it down.
Okay. All right.
Gosh. Give me
You
a
need to
break.
know. You need to know these people's
Give
lives.
me a break. I do know the lives. I'll have a little paragraph about their backstory here in a little bit. Wow, I couldn't highlight. She went to the bathroom where she could hear the noise louder. She later described it as a pendulum, but without the ticking. She left the restroom and continued to the top of the staircase where she saw red. She laughed silently to herself because Jonas had always been a klutz, tripping and dropping whatever he had in his hands. The red, that she assumed was ketchup, had been poorly cleaned, so she decided to dedicate time after breakfast to clean it up.
Oh, no. This is going to get bad. This is going to get so bad. I mean, I wish that sometimes you would just do a story where nothing ever happens. Nothing ever bad happens with the family. You just talk about a good, wholesome day between a mother, her child, and her husband, maybe her wife. We're inclusive. We're all inclusive.
Okay.
But that's not going to be the story, is it?
It's not, no. Nope.
Okay.
She continued down the red-covered stairs and turned right as she rubbed her eyes.
How much ketchup do you think would be in one bottle?
I don't know. How much ketchup do you think would be on one plate?
Part of that is her problem. Also,
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Tyler. Are you going to pay attention to ketchup on the floor at 3 o'clock in the morning?
yes.
Is that going to be the anomaly of your morning?
I'm going to ask, how much ketchup do we have and how much ketchup do we need? How much money is going into ketchup?
How much money's on these stairs?
And like, how bad did he drop it? Like,
I don't know. Maybe he dropped it down the stairs.
I'm just saying, use your brain. You know what? No, that sounds mean.
It does, yes, I agree.
I'm just saying, ask
questions.
Does she make it out of this alive? You know what?
We'll
I
see.
don't want to know. Oh, no, I do want to know. Please.
She rubbed her eyes. Once she opened them, she was greeted with a grisly sight. There, hanging from the arch in her hallway, was her Abraham, swinging and making the noise that woke her. The last thing she remembered before passing out in shock was the sound of her own screams. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the Nash family murderer.
Oh, my gosh.
What an introduction, right?
Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Wow, that was like a horse-sized pill to swallow. Thanks for letting me know that was coming up.
You're welcome.
Oh, no.
I want you to be ill-prepared for everything I have to tell you today.
Okay. Wow.
Are you ready for
That's
the backstory?
Horrible. I guess. Yeah.
It's more calming than what you just heard.
Wait. The backstory of what? Like the murderer?
No, the backstory of the family.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to give you a little more insight on who they are.
Please do.
June Nash was born on January 3rd, 1979, and was raised in Kimball. She had a happy childhood, a normal one for rural Nebraska. June spent most of her time reading or spending time with an old lady who the town called Old Anita. Old Anita. She taught... Anita taught June how to cook and clean, as well as, quote, act like a lady.
Okay, that's actually
End
pretty
quote.
common, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of anti-woman, but it's fine.
Act like a lady?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, sorry, it's not anti-woman. It's
I was gonna, I was
it's
gonna
more
say
like just forcing gender norms, like forcing.
Well, she was born in a different generation.
she was, and you're absolutely right. Okay,
Anita
anyway,
was.
Go ahead.
June met Abraham when the two were in middle school. Abraham was born in Bismarck, North Dakota on August 17th, 1978. Okay, that's the end of the sentence. I don't know why I led like that. 1978. His family moved to Kimball to be closer to his grandmother, Anita, when she fell ill in the summer of 1991. That's right, the same Anita.
That's kind of sweet.
I know. Anita eventually passed away on December 21st, 1991. She passed. It was rough for Abraham, but rougher for June. Abraham had never met his grandmother prior to moving to Kimball, but losing a loved one is losing a loved one. June joined Abraham's family in grieving for Anita. June and Abraham became closer and closer as the years passed. They started dating 2 years after Anita's death, and they married... Oh, wow, yeah, I messed up that date pretty horribly. So I figured out what the problem was. I messed up their birthdays. June was born January 3rd, 1969, not 1979. And Abraham was born 68, not 69, or 78. Anita fell ill in 1981, and she passed December 21st, 1981, as opposed to the 90s that I had earlier. Blah, blah, blah. They became closer and closer as the years passed. They started dating 2 years after Anita's death when they were 14, and they eventually married December 21st, 1991, to honor old Anita. So they married when they were 22, 21, whatever.
Wait, they married to honor old Anita?
On the day, yeah. They got married on the day that she passed.
Okay, sorry, I see. I should just be paying closer attention. I'm still thinking about that singing cowboy from Walmart. Anyway.
That's a weird thing to be thinking of.
Like, what? What is he talking about?
Their son, Jonas, was born August 23rd, 1993.
Did he have a brother?
No, only child.
Jonas' brother.
No. They stayed in Kimball and enjoyed a peaceful and happy life for the most part until that fateful day.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, for the most part, what happened?
Wait, they got murdered.
I already know what happened.
June. Okay, so this is back in the present day, and by present day I mean June 27th, 2007.
Okay. That kind of a not.
Present day of the story.
Okay.
Present day of the
more
story.
Modern story. A more
Yes,
modern day.
sir. Yes, sir. June woke again in the back of an open ambulance with a breathing mask on her face and the feeling of serenity rushing through her mind. She closed her eyes. She closed her eyes. What greeted her when she closed them still haunts her to this day. The sight of Abraham's body hanging in her hallway. Hanging.
So she did live.
Yeah.
Nice.
She screamed again as she tore the mask off of her face and lifted herself from the gurney.
See, well, I didn't know. Like, I thought maybe you were gonna tell me that, like, since it's the Nash family murders, that, murderer. Sorry. I just assumed that she was gonna wake up in the ambulance, and then the murderer is like, "Gotcha!" Stab.
Not quite. It's better. June sprinted back to her house that was taped off.
Whoa, wait.
She got out of the ambulance she got off the gurney out of the ambulance and sprinted towards her house, and her house was taped off.
I just assumed that the ambulance was like moving, and then like she
open
just, like,
ambulance.
jumped right out of there.
Open ambulance.
Okay.
Woke up in the back of an open ambulance.
Oh, did you say that before?
Yes.
Damn it!
You just got to pay attention to my words. I'll read a little slower.
Maybe that'll help. An open ambulance.
I'm not going to read it. No, not like Forrest Gump. I just said slower. I'm reading quickly. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the only way I know how to like read slow.
Oh.
Is like as soon as I start doing it slowly, I get this wicked southern drawl. Anyway,
You just have a misconception of what reading slower is.
Oh, okay.
So her house was taped off, and as she sprinted back to it. The sight of the crowd surrounding her house angered her, and she yelled at them to go home and leave her family alone. Someone grabbed her from behind and dragged her back to the ambulance. The person sat her in the ambulance and shut the door behind them. It was a man that grabbed her, and he attempted to calm her down, but to no avail. So she was grabbed from behind by a man who took her back to the ambulance, and the man shut himself and June in the ambulance, and he was trying to calm her down. She felt the ambulance move and her voice give out because she was still screaming. Tears flooded down her face, rolled down her cheeks. I don't know what I'm doing. Tears flooded her eyes, rolled down her cheeks, and landed in her hands as she brought them to cover her face.
This is very dramatic. It's really sad. It is horribly sad. Like, her world just... She woke up to her world getting absolutely rocked.
Yeah, it gets worse. Don't worry. Abraham was found Abraham was found hanging in the hallway of his own home.
You're worse than I am right now with
I know.
your words.
Sorry, I'm excited. This tops Jody Who's Intrude my favorite story.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of speculation with this one as well?
Yes. I love speculation. I'm a fool for it. Suicide was the initial suspicion for the cause of death. He was taken to a nearby coroner where not only police, but June would have to wait nearly a month to hear what the cause of death truly was. Suspicions started to rise when 3 stab wounds were found on Abraham's chest and back, and the fact that Jonas was nowhere to be found. This changed the police's minds about a suicide, as they now thought it was a break-in and kidnapping. Jonas was a handsome, smart, and healthy 13-year-old boy at the time. And while an Amber Alert was put in place in Kimball County, after Abraham was discovered, it took 3 days to place a statewide alert for Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. During those days, June was questioned about the usual stuff, what she remembered, last thing she saw, any other comments she had. On the 1st of July, she was released to the care of her mother in Bushnell, Nebraska, just a few miles west. The weeks dragged on and on for June and her mother, April, which I thought was kind of funny that her
June
mom's
and
name.
April, yeah.
Yeah, which makes me kind of think that if they had a girl, Abraham and June, if they had a girl, she'd be named May. Wouldn't that be fun? Just all of the months.
Why not name their son December then?
I don't know. Or October.
Oh.
Do you ever get this notion that some months are feminine and some months are masculine?
Yeah, which is really, really stupid.
It really is. What do you think of January? Girl? You think feminine for January?
I think unisex.
Really?
Yeah.
I think feminine. I think feminine for January, February. March is a male. April, feminine. May, feminine. June, both. July, both. What's after July? August, male. September, male. October, male. What's after October? November, male. December, both.
You know, July was named after Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
And
August was Augustus Caesar.
Yeah. So August would be I say definitely male, but like, I mean,
in a fake world where months are people.
Yeah. and people decide, I don't know.
Anyway, moving on. No sign of Jonas and no word on Abraham. The police had released a statement on the 9th of July saying that no money was stolen, no jewelry was taken, nothing was gone. Nothing was stolen. There were, however, signs of a break-in at the back door that led to the kitchen. They could not disclose at the time how they knew this, but everyone had their own opinion. Finally, on July 19th, 2007, the coroner's report was released to the public. This is going to be really sad, too.
Okay.
Not the whole thing, but there is a part that is very sad. Abraham had not died to being hanged, but by the stab wounds. 2 in the back and 1 in the chest. 1 on the back and 1 on the front were more like vertical slashes than stabs.
Okay.
Although the other one on the back was several inches deep and caused profuse bleeding.
So that was the one like really done in for.
Yeah. This one was determined to be the one that took Abraham's life. The kicker for June was that Abraham was pronounced dead at 3:21 a.m. on June 27th, 2007.
So when she woke up.
Okay, I have this here. This hurt June because she laid in bed while she could have gone downstairs and possibly saved her husband's and her son's lives.
Well, she can't really blame herself for that because even if she woke up at 3, the chance would be so slim for the ambulance to get there in the right amount of time. I mean, I don't know. Don't blame yourself, June, please.
I don't know.
Do you listen
It's
to
a
this?
terribly sad
Oh,
story.
it's horribly sad. It is so sad.
It gets worse too.
Oh, great.
June because she could have. Okay. So the break-in murder was all but confirmed. Kimball County police were torn at this point. Some wanted to pursue June as a possible suspect, but others said there was no way she would have been able to stab her husband and hang him from an arch in the hallway, as well as fake a break-in.
And where would her son be?
I don't know. Maybe he ran away because he was scared. I don't know. We'll come back. Not that she wasn't physically capable of doing it. Abraham was not a very large guy, but she would have never been able to emotionally pull that off with a strong enough motive to do so. So, to try to confirm June as the killer, police searched through Abraham's personal belongings, looking for something that could peg the murder on June. Something like messages with a mistress or anything that could have upset her. Only issue was Abraham was completely clean. He was a stand-up guy, well-respected around the town, and never so much as a speeding ticket on his record.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
That is that the sad part? Because that makes me sad.
I guess that could be a sad part, if you want it to be a sad part. The case went cold for several months until mid-October, when a body was found in the Oliver Reservoir. I think it's Oliver. I don't think it's Oliver. Oliver. We're going to go with Oliver. Oliver Reservoir.
Okay. Okay.
I was torn when researching that. I didn't really know for sure. The body belonged to Jonas, who had just turned 14 a month and a half prior.
He would have been 22 this year.
What struck the police as strange about Jonas's death.
Well, 23 this year. Anyway, go ahead.
What struck police what was weird about Jonas's death was that he had a cinder block tied to his right ankle. This was a breaking point for June. She stopped crying and started to aid in the search for the killer. She was questioned again about her son's murder, and all of her bases were covered. She was soon cleared and allowed to help the search. Gatherings and meetings were held in Kimball and Bushnell to try to track down this killer. No promising leads ever sprouted from that. Years passed before anything was found that related to this case, but in 2012, a lockbox was found buried along the Lodgepole Creek, which connected to the reservoir. Once the lockbox was opened by police, they found... Oh, and the lockbox was found by fishermen in the creek, too. They found only one content. That's not grammatically correct, Mason. They found only one thing in the box. It was a note. And this is what the note said. You ready? This is sad. Friends and family, I'm truly sorry for what I've done. God won't forgive me ever. I killed my dad and tried to make it look like he killed himself. I'm going to drown myself in this water soon. I hope someone finds this note and doesn't hurt my mommy for what I done. I did it. Jonas Nash. I killed him. I love my family. I love my dad. I love my mom. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna call BS on that. I'm gonna whip out my BS card for this one.
Why?
If they don't believe that she could hoist them up there, what makes them think a 13-year-old boy could hoist his dad?
I don't know.
Like that. Okay, so I'm gonna just say that maybe they don't actually believe it because you're not finished. I'm
not done. I've got 3 more paragraphs left.
Fantastic. That's it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway,
we've blown through this.
No way. There is no way that is what happened.
I don't know.
And
it made me tear up when I was reading that to you right there. It's incredibly sad. Even if it wasn't him, that is a terrible thing to accuse a 14-year-old boy of, 13-year-old boy of.
And why? Why would he even have any reason for doing that?
I don't know.
I'm calling so much BS.
I don't know. We'll finish this up. Once June read this, she broke down in tears. No one blamed her. Oh, no one blamed her for breaking down in tears. But she wasn't crying because she had answers. She said she was crying because that was not her son's normal handwriting.
Oh, thank God for June being smart. Good Good job, girl. Okay.
Once she calmed down some, she told police that this resembled Jonas's handwriting. But it was not what she remembered it being. And she was right. This note was compared to writings that Jonas had done for school. The note resembled his handwriting, but it seemed rushed. It seemed like someone or something was forcing him to write faster. Others argued that it could have just been Others argued that he could have just been scared, so he wrote quickly. Which are both viable arguments, I think.
If he was scared, maybe he was scared because there was someone like holding a gun to his head.
Maybe. Maybe.
I can believe that.
But the next question that rises from this note is, where did he get a lockbox? And where's the key to that lockbox? Because they didn't have a key, they just broke it open, the police. Where do you get a lockbox? The Nashes never owned a lockbox. No nearby stores had sold anyone that resembled Jonas a lockbox. The police searched through store files and security footage to see if anyone had purchased one. They searched several counties in Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. They investigated everyone that had purchased a lockbox. Oh, that's a period. Okay. They investigated everyone that had purchased a lockbox. All buyers still had their lockboxes and were soon cleared. The rope that tied Jonas's ankle to the cinder block was also similar to the rope that Abraham was hanged with.
Okay, so once again, another mark towards my another plus towards my BS card. Another thing that just helps it out.
Another thing that helps your BS card.
Yeah.
The rope was the same rope. Police did the same searching with the rope that they did with the lockbox, but nothing came of it. No sign of the murder weapon ever surfaced either. To this day, June Nash is still looking for answers. No prime suspect has ever been named, no prominent leads have ever popped up, and no answers to all the questions she and everyone else have. The town of Kimball has not forgot this grisly murder and never will. All we can do is speculate. Do you have any speculation?
As to who it might be?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Because there wasn't any information on any neighbors that they had or any enemies they had, so whatever speculation you have is just completely, I don't know. What type of person do you think would have done it? Do you think it would have been like a sex trafficker, for instance? Because there were some major highways that run through Kimball.
I don't think it would have been a sex trafficker, and I mean, okay, we saw a very similar case, right, in Cold Blood.
Right.
The dad was like a real stand-up guy. He was awesome. He was great for the community, and they killed him and his entire family for robbery.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something similar had happened. Maybe they thought for some reason that the Nashes had quite a bit of money saved up.
Well, if you remember, nothing was stolen. Nothing was gone out of the house, except for Jonas.
I don't know. Maybe I just.
It's just a weird.
Maybe
it's a weird thing.
Maybe some person that just had the urge to kill once and see what it was like.
Maybe. My thinking for this was it was a sex trafficker, and he or she panicked when they saw Jonas's face all over everywhere, so they had him killed, and then fled the area.
How long after did they? Because I mean, decomposition would be an important detail.
Let me see if I have it down. Several months, so it took several months. But in the water, decomposition is slowed down because the body's not exposed to oxygen.
Yeah, but I thought it was faster. Just like because that's why the Green River Killer was so prolific in his killings, is because like the decomposition was so quick.
I thought it was slower in water. I don't know. Let's see. June was the murders, and mid-October is when the body was found. So what's that? 4 months? 3.5? Is that right? June is a 6 month. October's the 10th. 3.5 months.
Yeah. Let's go with that. 3.5 to 4.
Yeah. So maybe I thought it was slower though, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I thought oxygen was the driving force for decomposition.
I don't know why. I don't want to believe it was a sex trafficker because.
Well, I don't want to either.
Well, also like how much sex traffic is going on in Nebraska?
It depends on how many major highways there are, because they just abduct and leave.
Right. So if that was the case, I don't know. Like I feel like a lot I'm not saying that sex trafficking isn't a thing in Nebraska, nor am I saying that it's not a thing in America. Though I don't know. I thought that like most sex traffickers were usually outside of the country.
I don't know. Well, people get abducted all the time.
And that's true.
Like
That
on
is
I
true.
29, it happens. I don't want to say all the time, but it happens too frequently.
I don't know how frequently it does happen, but
Too frequently.
wow, that's very specific. Thank you for that.
Well, any abduction happens too frequently.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah. Thank you.
That still doesn't narrow it down for
It
how
really
many
doesn't.
people get abducted on
Nope.
I-29.
I don't know the exact number.
So we know that it's more than 0.
More than 0, yes. So that is the story of the Nash family murderer. It's cold.
Wow, that is horribly sad.
It is. It was. It's a very sad thing.
And I'm so glad that June doesn't believe that. Like, I hope that she doesn't believe it's her son, because
I don't think she does.
from the details that I was given, I really don't think that. Do you think that it was? Like, do you think that it could be?
Before I saw the note and everything, I thought it might have been a possibility. Because
There is just no way that a 14-year-old kid, a 13-year-old kid,
I don't know.
could.
Have you seen some 13-year-old kids?
Yes.
There's some big 13-year-old kids.
Have you
out there.
seen some dads?
He wasn't a very large guy. I said that earlier.
Yes, I know, but like even an average-sized dad. My dad is an average-sized dad. Okay.
Okay.
And even me, a 19-year-old kid, could not hoist my dad up.
Maybe it was like oh man, what's it called? A pulley system? Maybe he did like a pulley thing. Maybe he put the rope around his neck and then threw the rope over the archway, whatever, and then pulled him up like that.
That would still be really hard.
It would be, I agree, but it's easier than picking him up and sending him on something.
I don't know. I
don't know.
I doubt it. There's so much doubt that I feel for this.
I agree. There's no answers. There's no anything.
So what's this big?
The big surprise?
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's the most shocking part of the story. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's connected to the story.
Okay.
It's the most shocking part.
June did it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's fake.
What?
I completely made it up.
Oh, well, I hate it now, so. Okay.
It's completely in my mind.
So you wrote all that. Wow. Okay. Well,
Yep.
good job.
Yep. Kimball's a real place. Bushnell's a real place. Oliver Reservoir's a real place.
Wow.
Lodgepole Creek's a real place.
Oh,
It's all real,
good job.
except for the people.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Wow.
How'd you going?
Yeah, I was mad. I was mad that they thought that this could have been his son.
Bet you feel a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah,
now,
I
don't you?
do. I'm very happy.
I can
that-
tell. What if I told you it's actually real?
Then I would just be like, you know what, I'm leaving now, and I'm never going to do this podcast again.
No, it's fake. I made it up.
Thank God. Like, I mean, I actually am saying, like, I don't say thank God for no reason. I'm actually saying thank God that's
That this wasn't real?
not real.
I had to make it seem like it was real. But you thought it was real.
Well, yeah,
All of you thought it was real.
I just assume that everything that you say is real.
Yeah. Remember what I told you a few days ago? How it would make you have trust issues?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's all coming together now, isn't it? I told you last week that I wanted to try writing in story form.
My blood pressure is up right now.
Yep. I've had this plan for several weeks.
How long have you been writing it?
Several weeks.
That's why that's why you're just like, I already got my research done.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep.
That was a lot.
It's a fantastic story.
Whew. Okay, I'm happy now. All right.
It's a fantastic story, though, was it not?
Yep, it was. You just patting yourself right on the head.
Yep.
It's fine.
I knotted all the knots. Is there any questions you had about it? Did you ever question that it wasn't real? Did anything seem off to you?
No, I thought honestly, this is what I thought you were gonna say. It's like, I'm the murderer.
Yikes.
Oh.
I'm the murderer. Nope. Yeah, I tied all the knots. I hope I didn't leave anything out there. I hope.
No. I'll like a hole in it at some point in time. But
Yeah, now that you know, you'll go back and listen to this. Like, that's wrong.
yeah,
That's wrong.
2007. Wow, that was all really good. Wow.
June 27th, 2007 is actually a Wednesday as well. I didn't make that up either. I cycled back on my calendar on my phone and found it.
That wouldn't be too hard, but
I used Google Maps a lot.
I think the ambulance. You know what? Actually, I'm going to point out a hole right now. The
Good.
crowd. I wanted to say something about it earlier, but I forgot to. The crowd around her house. They would not have been there already. Like, why would she have passed out? Who would have called the ambulance? And why would there have been a crowd
Well, somebody,
already?
one of her neighbors heard her scream, so they would have called the ambulance, or they would have called the police.
Was she in the suburbs, or was she in the country?
In South Kimball County, that's a city, that's a little town.
Well,
South Kimball, Nebraska. Kimball is the city and the county as well.
Okay. I'm going to imagine that this city is not horribly large.
Oh, no, sorry. It's a town, not a city. I keep saying city, but it's a town. It's like Maryville. It's a town. So her neighbors would have heard the scream, and they would have called the police because they're like, why is somebody screaming over there at 3 o'clock in the morning? And so the police would have showed up, and then people naturally want to know why police are where they are. So they would have crowded around the house. Especially when they saw tape and a gurney with a body come out of it. I'm sure I would be curious as well.
Yeah. Yep. But good roller coaster.
No kidding.
Good old roller coaster.
Good. I told you that I teared up reading that to you, that note.
Uh-huh.
I really did. I didn't think it was that sad until I read it out loud to you right there. It's really sad.
Yeah, it would be really sad, especially if he was the one that wrote it. I hope that in your head you did not actually have a 13-year-old boy hoisting his own dad.
I considered it.
Otherwise, I'd be so angry at you.
I considered it, but I thought that seems very improbable to me.
It's a long stretch.
But I didn't do it, and nobody knows who the murderer is. Murderer.
Even you.
Even me.
Just a masked man.
Yep. I could finish off this story. Come back to you next week.
You could.
Till the end of it.
You could.
What I actually thought about doing was doing this exact story and then not telling you it was fake. Let you believe it for several weeks that it was real. And then like 2 months from now, I would have said, hey, you know that story I've been keeping? I would have given you updates every week about what's happening with the case. And then like 2 months from now, I would have said, hey, you want to know something about that story? Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, and then I would have started like shaking, and then I would have actually turned into a murderer because I would have murdered you. I would have actually killed you.
I thought about that, but I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to keep that from him because he's going to look it up. So I wanted all of your technology away so you wouldn't look up something about it.
And all my technology has been away the entire time.
Yep.
So.
Because you frequently get on your phone while I'm talking.
Oh, sometimes. And you got on your phone a few times while I was talking.
I did, but I didn't want you to look anything up about it, because it's fake. I made it up.
I got that, actually. Surprisingly, I picked that up.
I said it. Yeah, you had no idea until I said it.
No, you're right.
You were right alongside everyone else with the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to trust me.
You took me on the wrong turn. So
I did. Next week, I'm going to tell you maybe a real, maybe a fake story. We'll see.
So are we just going to like turn this into like a completely fake podcast with fake murders and fake ghosts?
No, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how creative I want to be with it.
We will see.
See how much I want you to hate me.
I already hate you a lot, so.
I told Peyton and my mom and my dad.
Yeah, did they all believe it?
I didn't tell them the story, but I told them that what I was doing. And
hey, I'm
really
going to lie to
liked the
Tyler
idea.
this week.
Yep. That's what I told my dad. I said, I'm going to make him speculate with me and then break his heart. I'm going to make him not trust me anymore.
My heart was broken at the beginning of the story. All right. I was putting myself in her shoes the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that motorcycle.
Yeah, yep. Do you have anything else? Would you like to say anything else?
I'm very happy about how that turned out.
Me too.
You have no idea how happy that makes me. That I can make you believe whatever I want to make you believe.
Because I trust you. You're one of my closest friends. Of course I'm going to believe what you have to say.
Yep. Now you won't.
You're absolutely right. You just went down a peg.
Every week you're going to ask me, is this real? Is this real? Every week.
Probably won't be. I'll actually have to fact check you now.
I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. So.
Nope, that is all I had. We could do our plugs.
Okay.
You can follow us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Like our Facebook page.
YouTube, Snapchat. Speaking of which, we need to take a Snapchat picture.
Yes, we do.
Okay, yeah. YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook.
Yes, YouTube takes a long time for videos to load on there, or to upload, sorry. So we have like 5 episodes, I think, on there now. So if you want to listen to the first 5 episodes, you can.
And what username are we under?
The Right Wrong Turn.
Nice. So you can just type in the Right Wrong Turn?
Yeah, you may not be able to find it because YouTube has a weird thing where they'll hide small accounts or whatever. I don't understand it, but if you search, well, actually, my professional media writing professor, Kyle Miller, searched Jody Huisentruit Right Wrong Turn on Google, and it popped up our episode about it.
So you have to be very specific with it.
Yeah, I thought that was the strangest thing, that he just searched that up and found it. I thought, that's kind of neat. It was like the 3rd result. It's like, that's awesome. Thanks, Google.
Yeah.
Google recognizes us. Oh, we're famous, guys.
Yeah, more than YouTube, the actual site that it's on.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me angry, not going to lie.
So yeah, we have like 6 views on the first episode.
It's a strange algorithm, but
it works. We're on Google Play now because I put us on Google Play.
Yeah, we also have Instagrams that you can follow. Mason is the Mason? The real Mason?
No.
The real Manwich.
No.
The
Manwich,
real ham sandwich.
No. The Mason himself.
The Mason himself, that's it.
And Tyler is the T-Bears.
That's
the
me.
T-Bears.
The T-Bears.
The T-Bears.
Yep. Our Snapchat name is The Wrong Turn, The Right Wrong Turn.
I don't know, you made it.
I had to shorten it up, I know that.
Right Wrong Turn? The Snapchat's called Right Wrong Turn. And Tyler hasn't updated anything about it. You should make us a ghost emoji. Emote. What are those things called?
A Bitmoji?
A Bitmoji, yes. A ghost Bitmoji. Please.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. But
you
sure.
have a Bitmoji.
Yeah. But I don't think it can.
It can. Just do it. You're not dumb. You're just a whore.
A dumb whore.
A dumb whore. A smart whore. I hope you listen to the other episodes. I Want to See My Clocks is going to be out. It is out. I posted it 7 days ago by the time you hear this. I posted it a week ago.
Yeah, and what did we talk about on that episode?
I don't remember. It's been a week ago.
2 weeks ago.
Two weeks ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. Angels or something? I talked about Black Angels, and you talked about... Hold on, I'll get it. Charles Lindbergh. Is that right?
No.
Oh.
I talked about...
I don't remember.
I talked about Herb Clutter.
Oh, yes, Herb Clutter, the In Cold Blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
How could you forget?
I just forgot.
Wow. That was quick.
It's no response. That's it.
Yeah. So, I don't think that we have anything else.
I don't have anything else.
Do we cue the outro music now?
I think so, Tyler.
Okay.
Cue it up.
All right. If you find yourself walking down a road and you see a turn, take it. It might just be the right, wrong turn.